Most gardeners will waste an entire season on crops that were never going to work for them, and they won't even know why. 9 crops, 9 costly mistakes. And for each one, a better alternative that will actually perform in your garden. But before we get into it, the last crop on this list is one almost every beginner grows, and it will silently drain your entire bed's nitrogen while you wait for it to produce. Stick around. If this is the kind of straight-to-the-point garden knowledge you want more of, hit like and subscribe. Now let's get into it. Crop number 1, basic zucchini. Stop growing basic zucchini. Not because it's difficult, because it's a placeholder crop and you're wasting bed space on it. Here's what nobody tells you. Zucchini is around 95% water. That's not a vegetable, that's a sponge. And that wateriness isn't just a flavor problem. It's a cooking problem. It breaks down in the pan, bleeds into everything around it, and delivers almost nothing in return. Now compare that to Lebanese squash. Creamier, denser, richer. Patty pan. Firmer texture. Holds its shape under heat. Korean early bulum. Deep flavor, almost buttery. Every single one of these outperforms basic zucchini in the kitchen and on the plate. The same bed, the same effort, a completely different result. There is genuinely no good reason left to grow basic zucchini when these varieties exist and are just as easy to source. Crop number 2, novelty and aesthetic tomatoes. A beautiful tomato that tastes mediocre is just a decoration, and decorations don't feed you. Here's what happens when gardeners choose tomatoes by appearance. They pick varieties bred for color, shape, or visual drama, not for yield, disease resistance, or flavor. They grow beautifully. They photograph beautifully. And then you bite into one, and it's flat, seedy, or completely wrong for your climate. Tomatoes are the #1 home garden crop worldwide, and the #1 source of garden disappointment for the same reason. Sun Gold cherry tomatoes exist as proof that the best-looking option and the best-performing option are rarely the same thing. Sun Golds are reliably sweet. They produce in enormous quantities, and they perform across a wide range of climates. Classic red slicers carry decades of disease resistance breeding behind them. Choose your tomatoes by 2 criteria only: flavor profile and climate compatibility. Everything else is vanity. Crop number 3, Thorned blackberries. This one isn't about the crop, it's about the variety, and choosing the wrong one is a season-long punishment. Thorned blackberries planted along a pathway or fence line will snag every person who walks past. At harvest, you're not picking fruit, you're fighting for it. You come away with scratches, smashed berries, and a genuine reluctance to go back. And here's what makes this the most unnecessary mistake on this list. Thornless blackberry varieties exist. They produce the same fruit, the same yield, the same flavor. No thorns. There is no trade-off here. Thornless is just a smarter choice, full stop. If you're currently growing thorn varieties and dreading harvest, your next seasonal rotation is the fix. Crop number 4, edamame. Edamame sounds like the perfect garden crop. High protein, nutritious, grows right in your backyard. The reality for most home gardeners is 80 days of waiting for a harvest that never really arrives. Here's the biology. Edamame needs a sustained, uninterrupted heat period of around 80 days to produce well. In most temperate gardens, the kind most home growers actually have, summer temperatures fluctuate. That inconsistency is enough to slash your yield significantly. Some gardeners pull fewer than 20 pods off an entire plant after a full season. Bush beans solve every one of these problems. They're harvest ready in roughly 50 days, 30 days faster. They tolerate temperature variation far better. You eat the entire pod instead of shelling out the beans, and they're consistently, predictably productive. If you've tried edamame more than twice with poor results, your climate is telling you something. Listen to it. Crop number 5, Napa cabbage. Napa cabbage will grow beautifully right up until harvest day, and then you'll wish it hadn't. The problem is the structure. Those layered, ruffled leaves that make Napa cabbage so appealing are exactly what makes it a perfect habitat for earwigs. Leaf stacked on leaf, creating dark, moist pockets throughout the entire head. By the time most gardeners get a harvest, the cabbage is packed with earwigs, their waste, their eggs, their entire colony, nested so deep inside the leaves that no amount of washing fixes it. Green chard and curly kale grow in the same space, through the same season, and give you none of these problems. Kale's ruffles don't create the same stacky environment. There's nowhere for earwigs to nest and breed. Chard is clean, long-producing, and more versatile in the kitchen. Same visual drama in the garden. None of the infestation risk. Crop number 6, lemon cucumber. Lemon cucumbers were a trend. Like most trends, the appeal wore off fast once people actually started eating them. The issue is specificity, or the lack of it. Lemon cucumbers are not good fresh slicers. They're too seedy and too mild. They're not good picklers either. The skin doesn't hold brine well, and the texture softens quickly. They exist in a no-man's land between two categories and excel at neither. Japanese pickling cucumbers, on the other hand, are bred specifically for crunch, flavor, and texture retention in brine. Standard slicing cucumbers deliver clean, crisp, fresh flavor that lemon cucumbers simply don't match. The question you should be asking before planting any cucumber is, how am I actually going to eat this? Then plant a variety built for that exact purpose. Don't plant the one that looked interesting on the seed rack. Crop number 7, Jerusalem artichokes. There's a reason gardeners nicknamed these fartichokes. And it's not a joke. Jerusalem artichokes contain a carbohydrate called inulin, a type of fiber the human digestive system cannot break down. It ferments in the gut instead, causing significant bloating and gas in most people. There are preparation techniques designed to reduce this effect. They are fussy, specific, and mostly unsuccessful for the average home cook, beyond the digestive problem. The flavor doesn't justify any of the effort, not when potatoes exist. Potatoes are calorie-dense, straightforward to grow, store for months, and taste exactly as expected every single time. Here's the critical warning that seed catalogs quietly leave out. Plant Jerusalem artichokes in the ground and they will spread. Aggressively, relentlessly. They will return every year, whether you want them to or not. Removing them becomes a multi-season project. If you insist on trying them, container only, but honestly, just grow potatoes. Crop number 8, Kiwano. The Kiwano is one of the most photogenic crops you can grow. It's also one of the most disappointing to eat. Here's what actually happens in the garden. The plant produces aggressively prickly stems and leaves that are genuinely difficult to handle without gloves. It takes up significant trellis real estate, and despite all that vigorous, sprawling growth, it produces very little fruit. When you finally harvest a ripe one, the eating experience is gelatinous, seed-heavy, and lacks the tropical flavor the packaging promises. The texture is closer to a field cucumber blended with jelly. The flavor profile that catalogs describe as tropical and citrusy is barely present in reality. Cucumbers and standard melons fill the same trellis space, produce prolifically, taste exactly like you expect, and give you a genuine harvest. The Kiwano gives you a photo opportunity and not much else. Crop number 9, Malabar spinach. And here's the crop we mentioned at the start, the one that looks like a perfect choice right up until it fails. Malabar spinach checks every box on paper. Ornamental climbing habit, beautiful purple-red stems, edible leaves, and unlike regular spinach, it doesn't bolt in summer heat. For gardeners in temperate climates tired of spinach bolting, it sounds like the exact solution. But Malabar spinach comes from tropical regions. In a temperate garden, even a warm one, it will stall. It won't climb. It won't thrive. You'll end up with a low, reluctant plant that never delivers what the catalog described. And here's the part that connects back to what we mentioned in the hook. When Malabar spinach stalls and fails to climb, it sits low in the bed, and its root system competes with surrounding plants for nitrogen, quietly suppressing growth in crops nearby without any obvious visible sign until yields drop. Scarlet runner beans use the same vertical space and deliver everything Malabar spinach promises plus more. They climb reliably. They produce vivid red flowers that attract hummingbirds and pollinators aggressively. And they give you a real, edible harvest of pods alongside all that ornamental value. One crop gives you potential. The other gives you performance. 9 crops, 9 cases where the effort you're putting in is simply not matched by what you're getting back. The best garden isn't the most ambitious one. It's the one that's honest about what works in your climate, in your space, with your time. Swap smart. Grower performs. And if this video saved you even one wasted season, that's what it was here to do.